You ever pray for the good days? It's a good day. A good Wednesday. Or you might say hump day. It's a good day. Hey, it's a good day. Hey, and we just trying to have a good day. But every day is a good day. Hey, hey. We gonna pray for the good days. Yeah, we pray for the good days. So every day is a good day. Hey, hey, hey. And you know we gonna celebrate. Hey, every day we gonna celebrate. Yeah, we pray for these good days. Yeah, we pray for them good days. Hey, hey, hey. Happy Wednesday. Hey, and we just try to have a good day. And we just trying to have a good day. Hey, and every day is a good day. Hey, I'm learning lessons on this good day. I'm learning lessons on this good day. Hey, good morning. Hey, good morning. It's a good day. Hey, happy Wednesday. Hey, who you might say hump day? Hey, it don't matter. It's a good day. It don't matter. It's a good day. Today is a good day. But so is every day. Today is a good day. You alive is a good day. Yeah, you breathing, it's a good day. Hey. And don't you worry about yesterday. Cause today is a good day. Hey. Hey. And every day we gonna celebrate. Yeah, you know we gotta celebrate. Hey.
Hey, y'all.
Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well and good energy, good spirits, and attracting the life you desire because it is your birthright. We're coming through with another live message for you guys. Make sure you take the message how it resonates in your life. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And don't forget, if you love the video, share the video out, run the video up, leave us a comment. Okay.
Okay.
Make sure you hit the bell notification so that you're notified when we go live.
Smoothies.
Who got a smoothie?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you gotta taste for.
Smoothies.
Somebody eating smoothies.
I wasn't thinking about a smoothie.
I want one. I like to have a berry smoothie.
A smoothie.
Okay. I'll walk for the smoothie.
I'll walk for the smoothie.
Do a dance for the smoothie.
How y'all doing this morning? Hope everyone is in good spirits. We're gonna tap back on some downloads for y'all. And we got What's the T energy reading. We decided to split the deck, so we're gonna jump into it. All right, so first, let me get the first download out. I got 3 of them. Two downloads. All right, first one. If you go back to what you left, are you strong enough to rebuild yourself again after ruin? So, just a question. You know, I always pose a question, just being obedient. And it's questions I'm asking out of love. You know, she was reading Proverbs early this morning, and it was saying how, with it once before, if you go back to it, it might be the same old thing. So you gotta ask yourself, are you strong enough to rebuild yourself after ruin again? And then the second download, which is basically what I wanted to focus on, it's okay to remove yourself from the benefit of others. Like, you don't have to live your life just to be a benefit to other people. It's cool to remove yourself just for the sake of, you know, it's sometimes so cool to just be like, nah. Why? No reason, like no nothing. Like I even tell I tell kids no a lot. She'll tell you. But I don't do it from a spiteful place, malice, or nothing like that. I do it because no is how you restore balance. No is just as good as yes. And sometimes you gotta train people in your life to understand that. I was reading something about Machiavelli yesterday, and Machiavelli was saying how you really set the tempo for people to treat you how you really you know, like for instance, it was a scenario, and it said if your friends ask you to go out, right? Like if you expect, like say your friends say, I want you to go out, and then you get ready to go out, and then they be like, oh well, I ain't going, right? That's disrespect to your time. Now, if you go back out after if they ask you again and you get ready and you go do it again, that means that you have now accepted your time being respected. But if you just say no and then you never go back out again, That's the only way to restore balance. Ain't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Because how many times do somebody say no and disrespect you or your time or whatever, and then we just take it and be like, oh, that's cool, maybe not. We setting a tempo. You set a tempo for how people are going to treat you. So it's okay to remove yourself from the benefit of other people. Like,
What do you say? Trick me once, shame on you. Trick me twice, shame on me.
even if it's like, all right, somebody come to you and be like, I want you to do something with me. And you weigh it up like, well, what's the benefit for me? Right? And you might feel like, well, I don't want to do it because it's going to benefit you. It's not going to benefit me. That's balance in life. It might seem harsh, but it's really not. Because if not, then what you'll do is you'll set the tempo for people to use you constantly. Your energy will be, you always will be drained because you really didn't remove yourself from the benefit of other people. Like, it's hard to live and find your way when all you do is live your life to benefit other people. And you worried about what they say, and you let them tell you one thing and do another thing. When you allow all of those things to go on in your life, you living to be a benefit for other people. You're not living to find a true way for yourself. And I feel like, I got this download from spirit, and it's okay to remove yourself from the benefit of others, even if it's minute. It doesn't always have to be a big thing. It can be something simple as I don't want to go out to eat there because that's where you like to eat, but I don't do nothing for me. But how many times do we live our life and we constantly in a situation where, all right, well, at least they having fun, or at least it's benefiting them, or at least what I'm doing is benefit. Well, sometimes you gotta restore the balance and just take yourself out the equation. It's okay. It's okay. If you think it's your responsibility to be used up by other people, then that's the tempo that you set in life. Some people cool with that.
A person to keep using you over and over.
It ain't about money. See, everybody think about. I'm talking about your energy. It ain't all about people using you for money. It's about your energy. Sometimes people with more money. Like, just imagine this. And I'm gonna say this. Imagine if I had a building, right, where people congregated. But the only reason why they came to congregate is because they wanted to see Lala sing, right? Or they wanted to see Lala dance, right? So mind you, I got a building, but the people want to come to see Lala dance. So if I'm able to go and say, Lala, I need you to dance, and she keep doing it, she living her life for the benefit of me. And that's how a lot of us are. But if she take her talent and remove herself, right, and live her life for the benefit of her, it may not benefit me, and I may not like it. You understand? So that's why it's important to restore balance, because it's not about living your life to benefit other people. It's about learning when to remove yourself from the benefit of other people. It's not getting you anything.
Because when you live in your purpose, you can help more people.
Indeed. And your purpose ain't gonna have you. Your purpose is gonna benefit others, but your purpose is gonna feed you. It's gonna allow you to walk in balance when you truly in your purpose. You're not gonna be. You may be drained at times, true indeed, but it's restoration. It's restoration for everybody walking in their purpose. You can't convince me different. I know that. But when you're not getting restored, sometimes it's because whatever energy coming in for you is going out to other people. It's going out to somebody else. You'll benefit. Sometimes your presence, your essence is more of a benefit to others than you learn how to make it be for yourself sometimes. I know I lived like that before sometimes. Worried about what people have to say. You know?
I know for me that was true because I was I was the life of the party, so everybody always wanted to drag me everywhere because why? I'm gonna get the party started. So of course, when you're that kind of person, people need your energy to feed off. So yeah.
Let's get it. What's the tea?
We got fake accounts coming straight out. Okay. I don't know. You could be seeing that maybe I don't know. I feel like the algorithm could be maybe removing bot accounts or something like that. There could be someone, using accounts to spy on you. Of course, we know that. Like, a lot of people are weird. I'm gonna just be honest. I could never understand how a person could sit there and have so much time to like make a whole email address, discover a whole phone number, like do all these different things to create a page to, stalk a person that they say they don't like. I could never understand that. But apparently that's what's still going on here, okay? Fake social media accounts to spy. I feel like people could just be doing things. You know what I noticed on social media? The reason why I really don't like social media and I'm really starting to feel strongly about it is because I noticed that on social media, people do a lot of talking. People really just say anything on the internet, and it's crazy because people say things on the internet without any regards, like because they feel like they're protected behind a screen or whatever it is. And I don't know, it could be that kind of energy. You could be just watching people say some of the craziest things, out of their mouths because again over a screen, people feel protected. I even noticed, like, if you've ever worked, like, if you've ever been a person that worked at home versus worked in the public, you'll notice that customers are even different over the phone versus in person. It's something about that, not being able to make eye contact, not being able to see a person, where people just feel more bold or something like that. I don't know. But that could be happening right now. You could be finding as you are becoming a more solid person. I'm gonna say solid, a more solid person, that you're really starting to be able to see the fake things that come up, right? Also because people are could be intimidated. I told you, when you're really working on yourself from the inside out, it shows. No matter what a person tries to fake, no matter how much a person dislikes you, when you truly work on yourself from the inside, you shine outside. It just happens like that, right? And I don't know, sometimes people, they play those games where they say things that they really don't have the courage to say to you. So they play with things like this. They like to do childish things behind um, these pages and different things to lure you in. But I feel like at this point, yeah, because somebody's creeping here. But I feel like at this point, you have been on your journey for a while now, and these kind of things can't really be bothering you because these kind of things are constantly going on. So if you focus on these things, it takes you away from the purpose. And I feel like that's what people want you to do. They want you to be away from the purpose, away from what you should be doing. So I don't know if you have, like, a bunch of fake accounts coming up, if you just feel like monitoring spirits and all these kind of things, just turn up your prayers. You could just be needing to turn up your silent time and just stay focused on whatever it is that you should be doing. Okay.
Mm.
You know, it's crazy because the energy of this creeping that I'm feeling is people that could have been watching you openly, people that could have been sitting there with you. But now it's like they're creeping around in your energy because I don't know, things they've said, things they've done. Maybe they don't want to apologize. Maybe they don't want to admit that they were wrong. Maybe they still feel like you were wrong. I don't know, whatever it is.
Yeah, people creeping around on fake accounts. A lot of times, Spirit just got those people right where they at because it's real hard to approach you. Once you reach a certain level and you establish a brand new frequency, it's not easy. Like people, they do things like this, and it's not always malicious all the time, right? I mean, it's dark to be creeping on anybody paid from a fake account. But some people do it to justify their own way. Like, they need to see what's going on with you. Sometimes they done things, they stood against you in certain ways. Sometimes they rooting for you, right? But sometimes it's just not, you if you really once you really tap in, you can feel the projections of others, and then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like I feel feelings that are not my own, and I know, okay, this is the way that somebody feels. All right, I got it. I can see it now, like because I know it's not my feeling. Like I feel like I can approach anybody. So when I feel like it's some unapproachable energy, you know what I'm saying? Like like people creep their way around, and you can see them energetically, even from behind fake accounts. You can see them energetically.
But it's for us not to, you know what I'm saying, be entertained.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Anyway,
Mhm.
I like to say, when it happens to you, you know you're doing something right.
Mm.
If people creeping around from fake accounts, you're making an impact somewhere. Whether they admit it or not, it's true. You just gotta know these things. The more you know it, the more it increases the impact. Whether, because you can't pretend energy. You know what I'm saying? Like I could pretend like I'm unaffected, but a person that can see energy, they automatically gonna know, oh, you affected. You know, you really. That's how you gotta know that. You wanna know what magic and alchemy is about. Look, alchemy, right here. That's what alchemy is about. Alchemy is about, you know how you make those moves and you have a faith and you believe in the dynamic of how you're moving. That's a big part of alchemy. It's the belief in, yes, God, of course, but what can you do? It's the belief in your own actions as well, right? Somebody got a universal love dynamic going on, so I'm feeling that. Right? That feels good. Now let's get to the what's the tea, because you got a kissing ass, broke ass, kissing ass, broke ass, change in reverse. So I definitely feel like this somebody that probably ran out of money or ran out of energy. You know, people run out of energy just like they run out of money, and that's when they get to come kissing ass, right? When it's a brokenness involved, but the change is in reverse. So beware of people coming in, right? Don't when people pop in out of nowhere. See, I'm reading from the jump. Soon as you pop in my energy out of nowhere, I'm already because I'm gonna go to my source and see what's up with you, right? And I advise you to do the same. Because the kicking ass, broke ass for change in reverse is somebody coming in to harm you, right? Unknowingly or knowingly. Why am I saying that? Because if they broke and kissing ass and they ain't changed, that mean they coming to harm you. Simple. How can they harm you? Simply letting them in your energetic field. It can do harm to you. It's just like letting a virus in. It's like letting a poison in, right? If they broke, meaning they lack energy, money, or substance, or some people dealing with the consequences of poverty because they chose to close their eyes on life too much, right? Like really. So people that come with these type of energies and they kissing ass, meaning they trying to establish a relationship with you that they damaged already. That is you've been removed from. That's what kissing ass is all about. It's about coming in where they know they don't belong, but just trying to come in anyway. I'm a kiss ass to get in. That's somebody coming to harm you. They ain't changed. I'm just warning somebody because you know you'll mess around, get off this live and get a phone call, right? Or you know what I'm saying, or you'll mess around, be moving throughout the course of these next couple of days and run into this energy right here, right? And if they didn't change and you let them in your energetic field, they're gonna do what they did the last time they was in your energetic field. Why? Because the change is in reverse. Somebody can have a 12-year-old, somebody can have an 8-year-old. 44 is significant, 23 is significant.
You know, I remember one time somebody laughed at me because I told them that me, myself, this is just me, you know, and I'm talking about me, nobody else. But I remember I had somebody laugh at me because I told them that I would rather wear Walmart clothes than to wear fake designer. You know, that's just my preference. And so, you know, somebody had laughed at me, and I was like sitting here thinking, like, you know, it's crazy how people will, you know, act above their wages. And for me, you know, I just rather be plain, you know. If I can't get the real name brand, then I just rather have nothing on, and that's just me. Now I'm saying this because we got fake flexing out here. So I don't know if there's somebody here who is fake flexing, they act rich, they floss money, acts fancy, shows off, etc. You know, I'll tell you that is the fastest way to poverty for real, you know. Doing things to keep up with the Joneses, to keep up with people, to have a certain look, a certain persona. That's the fastest way to lead you nowhere very fast. There could also be someone who, they don't realize that their health and healing is not about money or finances. It's about something deeper than that. Okay. I don't know. I feel like I don't know if there is also someone who could be who could lack some kind of creativity, and maybe they have more money than another person, so they steal their ideas, copy their work, and duplicates and feeds off of their creativity or something like that. You know, sometimes I was if a person is a clown, they're gonna be a money when they get money, they're gonna be a clown with money. You know, it doesn't change a person being who they are when you get money because money is just energy, right? So I don't know. We got fake flexing and creativity out here. This could be definitely someone who likes to steal someone's ideas. You know, we see a lot of that all the time. But I guess my husband told me that you just literally have to take that as a compliment, because something was created by somebody. Everything had a creator, right? Something like that. We got persistence here as well. I don't know. You could be feeling, how sometimes when people are stealing like your creative ideas is draining, okay? And you want to just be like, I'm just gonna stop because I'm tired of people just doing everything that I do. But Spirit says you should actually take that as a flex. That means you're doing something right. Somebody over here is fake flexing, but if someone is stealing your creative ideas, that means you're doing something right. So take it as a compliment. Keep creating, okay? Nobody can steal what God gives to you, and some things are given to you to be given away. So just continue to be persistent.
Fake flexing with the creative, somebody creative with the lies.
That too.
Very creative, very persistent with the lies, right? Fake flexing, creative, coming up with new ways to make things appear like they not. You know how people get. Like they gotta run to as many people as they can. Because why? The truth is on the way. That's what the lie do when truth about to show up. Try to get as many people as they can. But if you keep moving in your truth, right, truth will outrun any lie ever told. You got bad karma, karmic friends. So let's get into it. First of all, you got bad karma being clarified by conception. So from the start, right, whatever it is and whatever was done, right, at the beginning, that's where karma. You know what's going on. Just like people, they know what's going on. When you do something, you know exactly what you're bringing in when you do it. At the beginning of it, especially when you wake up and you got a little sense now, you know at the conception whether this going to bring bad karma or this going to bring dharma. And people know that, right? And with the karmic friends, I really feel like this could be a gang of people in conception, a plot, basically. It says can't fully trust them, tension, secret competition, keep your friends close, enemies closer type energy. Yeah, I'm really feeling like a gang of people that's supposed to have been friends, right? Once away and decided to conceive something. And it's bringing bad karma. And it's obviously here. You got universal judgment out here, Mama Gaia. So, this could definitely be considered a bad karma energy for somebody, whoever stands on the wrong side of it. 28 could be significant. It's like I have a child 16. Same old story. You know what it is. Karmic friends. Karma is bad, karma is up. You know what's going on. Like, Come on now, let's be real. You know what's going on. You don't need to dwell on that.
We got dodging bullets, Pathfinder with the wolf, and affirmation for positive change. Someone dodged some bullets here because they found their path. Okay. I was lost, but now I'm found. That's what I just heard. Blocking negativity, escaping crazy people, and protected. Okay? Somebody's dodging a lot of bullets by leaving certain people in the past where they are, by leaving certain attitudes in the past where they are, by, changing the way you've been thinking about things, looking at life. I know for me, growing out of some of the habits that you were raised up, to form is kind of hard. Like, certain ways that I was thinking, you got to think, I've been trained this way. So I had to learn how to really like, get out. You gotta really fight to change some of these things. If you created this way about yourself over 20 and 30 and 40 years, it takes time and healing and work. But somebody found their path here. You were very persistent, okay, about healing and your health or something like that. You knew since a child you were somebody different. That's why, sometimes some adults didn't really rock with you and you like, how can adults not like me? I'm a child. Well, they a fool can be anyone, and you were wise from the beginning. You came from a wise DNA, a wise ancient background. Okay, the knowledge you have is greater than that's why as a child it was even like, how does this child know this, right? Because the knowledge is not coming from you, it's coming from a greater source. So when people were treating you like that, they didn't know that they were actually treating, they were treating a child of the most high in a way that wasn't right. So somebody found their path here. Okay, maybe you could have been like very angry growing up because you felt like a misplaced, mishap or something like that. But it says release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. See, it's crazy because I told you these things for you started as a child, so you were developing to be a teacher at an early age. That's why you could have like hung around people that were older than you, wiser than you, people you felt like were more intelligent than you. You could have been a person that always craved knowledge, a knowing, a deeper understanding. Maybe you couldn't resonate with people in your age bracket, your level. A lot of times we try to fit in somewhere we just don't fit. You ever been like just trying to fit somewhere so bad that it's like it just doesn't work because you don't understand what was put inside of you? It was different. We got affirmation for positive change. I feel like I've seen someone, I remember you prayed for days like this, okay? You cried about days like this. You begged for better days like this. Those days are here. Someone's literally healing, okay? You're on some kind of journey, your path is guided, and you have dodged the bullets. Someone needs to know that the storm is over now. Like literally, you're on the right path. Now stay there. That's the hardest part. We get on the path, but we have to stay on the path. And there's so many things that want to derail us. Number one, self-sabotage. Okay? Number one, right? We get so quick, and my husband is always so good to remind, me and himself and just in life, we get so caught up in what people do to us. What do we do to ourselves, right? With the self sabotage. But I feel like we're dodging bullets now, and we pray for these days, and remember, like when you feel sad right now, when you feel down and out, remember you prayed for these days. They're way better than those other days, and it's so much more to come. Like this is just the tip of the iceberg, the beginning. Okay, something like that. We got the wolf on here.
Hmm. So you got an offer out here, and it's been clarified by sacral chakra. So you could definitely somebody could be offering you some type of intimacy, right? With the sacral, it can easily be sexual, right? So you can have an offer, like You know, somebody could be making you a proposition. They could be moving toward you. They could be wanting something. Then you got throat chakra too, right? Sacral to the throat chakra. Now that's adult business right there, right? That's I mean, I feel I don't feel like it's bad. I feel like it might be fulfilling. It says integration as well. So an offer of integration, sacral chakra, throat chakra, right? That's like that's a that's an adult scene, if you follow me, right? Okay. But and it says into you, third eye chakra. Like you got all three chakras out here. Like, and then you got consciousness, right? I believe that maybe somebody might be, this is really high powered energy right here. I'm not gonna lie, this is a good offer. That's a good old offer, bro. I'm just being real with you. Like, somebody's looking to connect with you, whoever you are in this energy. If it don't resonate, don't try to stick yourself in that. Like, you probably in somebody else's energy. If you know that the person trying to make you an offer is nuts, they don't got none of this energy. This is a person, obviously, the third eye chakra, throat chakra, sacral chakra, right? Integration, consciousness. That's a powerful union. You hear me? That's very strong. First of all, come correct though when you come to this energy. Yeah, because you're dealing with an attraction centered around the upper chakras, which is always good. Third eye chakra, throat chakra, right? They good chakras. I'm talking about, we talking about energetically. You don't want somebody all the way in the base chakras, like, you know. And this integration could be 30, 35, 32, 17, significant, 26, 52, 65. A lot of energy out here. But it feels like it's something good. So if you know you got a good person making you an offer, right? Like maybe an offer like this feels like some type of offer of commitment, you know? That's their offer. Like, you know, if you don't want somebody to be able to see you like you can see them, don't play over there. Yeah. Okay? Because that's somebody that's too tapped in. You know, I'm talking about a person that's so tapped in, they know what they want physically, emotionally, sexually. You know, they know this is a person that's confident. When you ask them what they want, they can tell you. You know, you can't afford to jump in. When you deal with people like that, you gotta make sure you right, because they can see you. Right. That's what I'm saying. So if you don't want to be seen, don't get in it with somebody that can see you. Because you'll get in it and then you'll be frustrated because they'll be reading you and you'll be like, you know what I'm saying? You might, seriously, some people need to stay with low vibrational people because they're not really ready for somebody who vibrate on a higher frequency. Because when people raise their frequency, they can see you. Think about it, like if me and you right here, right, we can see eye to eye. So you might get away with a lot of stuff, right? But if I'm up here looking down at you, I can see everything you're doing. Mm-hmm. And that's what happens when you get into it with people. And that's why you gotta match free, be honest with yourself. Am I ready for this person? Is this person ready for me? You mess around, get involved with somebody that got some real power on them, right? You know what I'm saying? I know people say they want one thing, but when they get it, it'll be a whole other thing. Be like, be careful what you ask for. You might get it. Ain't that what they say? You want somebody powerful, now you got a warlock on your hands. Hello. Now what you want? You wanted somebody tapped in, now you got a witch on your hands. Like, you know what I'm saying? Which, you know, what then? Okay. And I know this to be true because, you know, what they say, the thieves come out at night or something like that. We got theft, thief, okay? Shield and clear your energy. Someone's car could have gotten stolen or something like that. Robbed, lost, theft, physical or emotional. Someone could have literally tried to come in and also steal someone's
energy and then leave and think it was okay. But what they didn't understand was when they came in and tried to steal this person's energy, this person was somebody different because you don't steal from this person because what this person has, it comes from the Most High. So this person gives willingly. Okay, this person is full of loving, right? Good energy, positivity. And so when people think that they can steal from you, okay, what happens is they end up emotionally robbed, physically robbed, okay, feeling violated. Now they want to hurt you because they done hurt you already and you didn't hurt them back, but karma hit them. And now it's like, what am I supposed to do? Okay, clear and shield your energy, okay, having boundaries, making sure that you're protecting your assets and yourself, the things you've been working on, making sure you're sticking to your script and what you should be doing, not really, allowing yourself to be, to feel good about what people are going through. We're not saying you should feel good that your enemies are going through these things because you shouldn't. You should be so focused on what you're doing that, that's not even your focus, you know? And it's crazy. I'm sitting here looking at fake flexing. I don't know if you have something good coming into you, but Proverbs says, don't be boastful about tomorrow. That means just maybe keep some of your things to yourself, because some of you guys could be having some things coming for you, right? Don't be boastful about tomorrow. You may know that something's coming in, but it ain't for you to really be like expressing it or talking about it. Someone could be really trying to rob you of something. Now ain't the time to be talking about all your business. Okay? Especially around this time that they call the holiday season, people will scam and scheme anything, you know. So be careful with that. Okay. Now we got love triangle here and we got guilty. Third party, multiple lovers and choices. So somebody thought it was cute, to play in a poly relationship or something because, that's what people do. They see people doing stuff and they think it's cute, but they little heart can't even handle what goes into things that be in these things, right? People see things and they admire and they become obsessed with other people's lives and they get into shit that they think that they can handle and they can't. And someone got into something that they thought they could handle and they couldn't in a third party situation, and that person is guilty.
Guilty.
Okay.
Guilty.
But Spirit is saying, even if this is you, okay, because for some of you guys, this could be you. Don't let guilt get in the way of your happiness, right? We all done things in life, but at some point it's time to be like, all right, look, I can't keep doing these same things over and over again. I can't keep feeling guilty. I gotta change my ways, you know? So, I definitely been working on them things myself, and like I said, don't feel like these things are easy because I'm not coming to you and saying these things are easy. But if you really want to do it, you can. It takes time. It's a process. It's not going to be overnight. But if you strive every day to try, it gets better. Life does get better. Okay. Guilty, right? Stop allowing people to pressure you into things that you really don't want to do. Because that's what I'm seeing. Okay? Mentally, physically, sexually. Your body is literally your temple now. Okay? Now we all like to do a little nasty things, right? And that's fine. But remember, your body is your temple. And certain people don't deserve to be in your temple, on your temple, around your temple. Okay? Something like that. Especially when you're going, when you're feeling guilty afterwards, right? Do things because you want to do them. I ain't here to knock any kind of relationship. Hey, I'm as long as you happy, I'm with you. I'm not. We are those kind of people. Like whatever floats your boat. Hey, that's cool. If you're living in your truth, we love it. But this is not somebody's truth. Somebody did something for another party.
This is tricky right here, and this may not resonate for everybody, right? So I don't want you to make it fit. First of all, it says cyberbully. You are being bullied online, or they has been suffered from. You're being bullied online and have suffered from it, basically, or have suffered from being bullied online, which could be a lot of different forms. A cyberbully could simply come in the form of somebody moving towards your followers or inboxing people, trying to get them to change their opinion of you. All of that cyberbullying. This reading is kind of crazy, right? But I'm gonna give you some intuition. Giving money authority, right? I feel like giving money to authority. I noticed this young lady got prayer beads on her wrist, right? So this could have easily been somebody. This could actually be a person in a form of spirituality, had money on your altar. Um, but I'm really feeling a negative energy of somebody going to somebody and paying them money to do something spiritual, giving money authority. And then it says child services transition, right? So I really feel like somebody could have, it feels like a backfire, if I be honest. It feels like somebody could have easily took their money and some type of way invested it against somebody, whether it was spell work, whether it was a plot that people pitched in on, or it could have been a payoff or a payout. But I really feel like somebody did something with money, and it was spiritual. And with the child services to the transition, I feel like it's like a backfire. Like I really feel like somebody is experiencing something that it says kids at risk of being taken or is about to report of something neglect or abuse. I really feel like somebody might have put out an energy and it came back to them. I'm just getting what I'm picking up.
It's crazy because we read a proverb yesterday and it said, if you dig a hole, be willing to lay in it.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? Proverbs also says, I want to say this to somebody. Today's proverb, it said, basically, don't be happy when karma falls on somebody because your happiness has caused God to turn his wrath away from the person.
Yeah.
That was deep.
Say that again.
It says, don't get mad at people when bad fortune befall them or you feel like karma, don't speak on them. It says, almost said, don't speak on them, don't say nothing about it, because when you do that, you cause God's wrath to turn away from them. And if his wrath turn away from them, it might gonna come back to you. Right? So
I heard Brandon. We got healing waters. Okay. Somebody could be doing some kind of spiritual work with water. You could be doing spiritual cleanses or something like that. Okay. Something about Florida water could be significant. Okay. Yeah. We got freedom. Someone's free. You're free. We're free. Hello. We are free. It's crazy. The story of Yemaya, right? It speaks about how pretty much, the storms go a specific way. Let's just say that. Storms, whenever there's a storm, it goes a specific way. Right? And the story is Yemaya was taking care of the children through the water, right? To freedom. Right? I feel like you're being carried through the water to freedom. So be calm, be cool, relax, okay? Something like that. This could be like a period of, maybe rest for you. Maybe things are slower. Business could be slowed down. You could be slowing down, but things are restoring and, coming together. You could be even getting more free time. You could be feeling more free. Maybe your schedule is more free and maybe you don't know how to feel it. I don't know, something like that, but things are healing. Maybe healing looks different than normal for you, but it says if Yahweh guides out a man's step, how does a man know which way to go?
Yeah.
Right?
Yahweh guides a man's step, how then does a man know his own way?
Come on now. There you go. Okay, we got telepathy, close soul connections, harmonious interactment and telepathic moments. So you could be like, you could be around people, okay, that are very close to you, and maybe you're speaking without words, something like that. You can have a very close connection with people, okay, where you don't really have to say anything. There, something like that. Okay. I feel like it's also a form of freedom because Proverbs also tells us don't talk so much because every time we talk we sin. A lot of times when we talk we're sinning, right? So talk less or something like that. Maybe you're learning to talk less and just listen and absorb, and maybe you're speaking without really opening your mouth all the time.
Well, that's what happens when you speak without purpose a lot. Like if you speaking a lot and they don't have a purpose, then it's idle.
Right.
And when you talk idly, you got attention. You got a tendency to reveal a lot more. When you think about all the time you speak out, well, you got a purpose behind it, you know. But think about the times when you find yourself just talking, and you don't even really have to be talking.
Right.
God ain't called you to talk.
I'd be like, dang, I need to be so mad.
Sometimes it's like that. Somebody got somebody got somebody coming towards them.
Hey.
And this may not resonate with everybody, but I picked it up on the last reading, and this one says boss daddy, right? Stable, rich business owner, CEO, Big Rick Energy, right? So then it's being clarified by passion and allowance, right? So that's like somebody what is an allowance? An allowance is somebody that give you little, give you money.
It ain't tricking if you got it.
I mean, I don't feel like this may be a person that just wants to share with a powerful masculine. That's what happened, women. When you start raising your frequency, men come in different. They come in in a different way. If you wear a mask every day in your life, all you're going to attract is the things that mask bring in. So when you wear a mask, you're going to attract a bunch of men that got a mask on.
1111.
That's just period. Now, when you take off the mask, walk in your natural beauty, a natural feminine going to attract a natural masculine each and every time. I stand in reason. Like, as a masculine, the most attractive beauty a woman can be in, Drake said it best. He was like, a sweatpants, what he say, sweatpants, head tied, chilling with no makeup on. That's when you the prettiest. But that's real, and there's a lot of wisdom in that boy verse because that's what's most attractive to a true masculine. Not the mask. You can't. When a man is in his element and he got knowledge of himself, he gonna automatically be attracted to somebody that he can feel, not somebody that he got to figure. And when you got all these things on that you gotta step out with, I'm telling you, a man who's sinning gonna look right past it, or if he notice you, it's gonna be for the wrong reason. Because behind a mask is a low vibration to be in. When you come from behind that mask and you step out, somebody know what I'm talking about because obviously this is what's being attracted to you. A person with a boss energy doesn't have to be money. It could be energy. You need somebody that's going to be a valuable source of energy. It heals you. People don't get that degree because they don't know it. When you connect them with a person, is when you're looking for a match, it's not all about finances, it's about energy. Energy is the number one source of currency that we have. It's the major source. That's the money. So you want somebody with enough energy that it can give you what you need. Not only money, mainly energy. Energy can heal you. You can meet, in my life, I met people like that before. Where when I look back, like both ways, I met people I was healed by and I met people I healed. From an energetic perspective, right? While the power is in you, that's why it's important to know who you invest in. All right, somebody, and then over here on the left side, You got the low vibrational energies, and they resort in the scarcity tactics and remembrance. So what that is you know how when people run out of ideas to come at you with, they sit back and start remembering what used to make you weak. Like, well, maybe I could try this. Maybe I could try that because they used to be weak to this. It's scarcity. Scarcity tactic means somebody running out of options. So they try any old thing. And remembrance is basically like trying to remember different ways where you were weak, but don't realize you're just not weak. Some people cannot grasp hold to the fact that you became strong in certain areas. Maybe you was weak for so long, and they don't. A lot of people don't understand divine measures. They don't really truly know or believe in God. So when the divine step into somebody's life and demonstrate, they can't fathom it. It's just I know they weak. They can't be strong. They'll never factor in, well, maybe God touched them up. Maybe God blessed them up. You know, and it comes from the mind of people who really refuse to change it.
They become arrogant and feel like they know you, but they don't know you.
They don't know nothing about you. You have been redefined, you know. But some people they see themselves as doomed to who they are. So they want you to be doomed right along with them. And the minute that you undoom yourself, right, they gotta find another way to doom you. Scarcity tactics. It's like a chess match. Only the righteous win. Beam's geeking. What you laughing, Beam? I say, when you undoom yourself.
Hey, Beams. We got mother, wife, sister, daughter, and trust. You know, it's crazy. So I don't know. I automatically got this. Like if you are going through something, you know, with a feminine, your mother, your sister, wife, daughter, whatever, just trust. You know, I remember I was reading something one day. I was humbled. Because I was reading something, it was one of those days where I was going through it, and I was like, well, dang, you know, I just wish, right? And I'll just say, I just wish. And I read this verse and it was saying that, you know, if your parents are not around at the time, know that you still have a parent in the Lord, right? So something like that, because we have that came out in the reverse here. So trust, okay? Trust that everything will be okay. Trust that, things that are supposed to be fixed will be fixed. Trust that your prayers work and that, trust that some things are just out of our control, literally. One of the hardest things for me to learn on my journey was that, Lala, you don't control people. And no matter how much you expect people to treat you the way you treat them, it will never happen because why? Nobody thinks like you don't think like them, right? And so I had to just trust and know that, everything will be okay, right? Even those things that, I just wish it's like, just trust. Everything happens for a reason. Everything in my life I know now is a lesson. There is a lesson in everything that I go through. There is something that I can learn, something that I can grow from, and something that I can teach later on. So, just trust if you're going through something like that kind of energy. We got into nature. I know it's been cold in some areas. So maybe you've been skipping your walks. Maybe you've been skipping your water and doing hot teas or whatever it is. But retreat into nature. Me and my husband, we threw the jackets on the day. We bundled up real good, like kids that was going out to play with a snowman, and we walked. And I tell you, the little time that we walked, because it was pretty cold, it felt good. I was able to literally walk myself into a meditative state because my morning was kind of ill this morning. It was just one of those mornings where I wasn't. I don't know. It was like one of those mornings. I don't know what this morning is, but it's just one of them mornings. Okay, so it felt really good to take that walk, retreat into nature. If you have been missing outside the last couple days, this message could be resonating with you. Okay, step out, put your gloves on, your hat, your earmuffs, whatever you got to do. Don't allow the inner, because what happens is when you stop yourself from doing your normal routines, you start feeling depressed, anxiety. Is it working? Is it, and that's how I was feeling this morning. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. And my husband, that's why it is good to have good people on your team, on your side, around you, people that care about you, because he knew automatically a walk. Let's go take a walk. Cause she geeking right now. You know what I'm saying? So this could be you. Meditation for creativity. Okay. If you're trying to put something together, your creative ideas, meditate on it. Don't just throw it together. These are things that come with your name attached to it. These are things that, okay, dope card, isn't it? Somebody has some fire paintings. You could be an artist or something like that, okay? Or your creativity could just be on fire, but make sure that you take each step. Don't take any shortcuts. The things you do will be great, just you don't take shortcuts.
Okay, so compassion, right, is right here, but it's laying on top of dirty offer. So maybe somebody got a dirty ass offer of compassion, right? Ooh, I don't like it, right? Because I feel like this could be personal, right? But normally I say it like as a collective, we normally go through what we go through. We all go through the same thing as collective energy. So I'll tell you about a near experience with a dirty ass offer of compassion and how it looks. Um, People come towards you after wronging you, right, on a certain level. And less than they coming with accountability, it's a dirty offer. You hear me, collective? If they coming in after, you know, something was done to you, right? Something was done to you, and then somebody's coming in to offer you compassion, but not accountability, it's a dirty ass offer. And I'm here to tell you from a point of wisdom. Because if you done something to me, and if you done something to me, and you come in, and the first thing you offer me is compassion, it's dirty. Because first, that's the way to get in. We're not even at that level yet where you can offer me compassion. The first thing that we should demand as a collective is accountability. Especially if you've done something wrong to me, and you know that I know it now, because let's be real. We moving with gifts. Like we moving with our senses always intact. I you can see what was done to you, which is even more insulting. Like, don't see me operating in my gift, know what it is with me, and come and play with me and make me a dirty ass offer instead of being accountable with me. Because you're gonna be met with resistance and rejection from the jump. And that's how you would treat yourself if you wise. I'm not gonna let you connect compassion to me and we haven't reached accountability. That's goofy of me. Because if I let you in, compassion is a strong link. If you let somebody connect compassion to you, they link right in there. Especially if they spell workers or magicians or dark people that play with darkness. Listen, collective, they gonna look for any type of emotional link to you. Because that link is how they grow. That's how they destroy you. I'm talking about magic workers. Accountability is how you protect yourself against people that's trying to stick hooks in you. People try to use all type of hook. Guilt, compassion, fake love, all of that. But all of that is pointless if you hurt me intentionally, knew you hurt me, went out your way to destroy me or hurt me, then don't come back to me with nothing but accountability. Then we can get to the other stuff. But first, accountability. Because other than that, right, it's wasting time. And that's what it, wasting time. Wasting time, right? And it could also be, because this is being topped off by prosperity. Right? And that's what I'm saying. Make it be wasted time. Like don't let anybody just if you prosperous, you be 36 years old, you have a 15-year-old, those numbers could be significant. Um, you know, if you prospering Don't let nobody come in and stick no hooks in you and cause you to be stuck, unable to move forward. Make people respect you, straight up and down. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You don't have to be walking around being disrespected. Don't offer me nothing if you ain't gonna offer me the truth. Then you disrespecting me. You wasting my time. If you know you done something wrong to me and we not talking about what happened, you wasting my time. We don't got nothing to talk about. We not gonna pretend like you went that way and I went this way and ain't nothing happened. That's crazy. And then what you supposed to come back in? I don't care if I knew you my whole entire life of existence. If it went down like that and I done woke up, I'ma send it to a new. I see life differently. The way I see it now, you gotta be accountable like I gotta be accountable. If you're not accountable and I let you be unaccountable, I set the tempo. So, sure, you know, I get excited. I get excited about that because you know God didn't put us here to just let people play, let them be played with. You know what I'm saying?
We got hibernation and regeneration. I don't know. I feel like this is a resting period before travel. You could be traveling or something like that. You could be about to travel and not even know it. Okay, someone could be having to travel for work or something like that. Take advantage of your rest that you're getting right now because I feel like someone's very antsy that you've been getting a lot more rest than lately, but you better enjoy this time because I feel like travel is coming. Okay, whether you are expecting to or not, you don't know what the next part of your journey entails. Okay, but I know something about strength and resilience is very important here. Okay, and I know that to be true because it says focus on your strengths. Don't focus on your weaknesses, your strengths. We already know what our weaknesses are, but if we can focus on the strengths and work on those, then eventually what happens is the weaknesses become stronger as well. Okay, I've seen something about a stalker. I don't know, someone could feel like you're running from them, someone could be stalking you because you are running from them. Okay, maybe you're not necessarily running, but you have moved on is what it says. Move on. Okay, thank you, next, later. Yeah, you moved on. Maybe at one time people was just playing games, but not anymore, something like that. You speak your mind now. Yeah, you speak your mind, okay? Speak your mind. Hmm. Okay? Maybe you could have been very, like, timid, soft. Maybe you didn't really use your voice at one point, but baby, not anymore. Somebody's speaking, and it's not like rude, it's like authority, it's like boundaries. It's like, you're not gonna keep, no, I'm not gonna keep allowing this, like my husband said. Somebody speaking their mind here, and when you start speaking your mind in its truth, people don't like that because they can't control you. Something very significant about dandelions and sunflowers is here. Okay. Let's see. Somebody could be eating that blue bowl of. Somebody could have that blue tub of Christmas cookies or something. It comes in a tin. I don't know what they're called, but I just seen those. And yeah, moving. Yeah, I don't know if someone's moving on. Okay. Somebody could be moving within the next 2 weeks or something like that. Somebody could be packing. I see a U-Haul, something like this could be your Christmas gift to yourself, whatever it is. Okay. Focus on your strengths and keep speaking your mind because whatever you're saying is real, is raw, is true. Okay. It's keeping fake people away from you. Okay. Because you're speaking your mind and your truth here.
Mm, that's crazy. Like it says, looking you up, researching you, studying you, getting info, realization. Somebody can have an 11-year-old, somebody can be 37 years old. This researching you and realization is somebody realizing. It's like I really believe that somebody is realizing that, first of all, coming into your energy was the wrong thing to do, right? It's a realization. Maybe somebody realizing you really unaffected by them. Maybe somebody is realizing you really have moved on. Maybe somebody is realizing that um, things that they may be sent towards you, whether it be gossip, whether it be spell work, it's simply not working. It's a realization. That's what people do when they start looking you up and they realize they really get to looking and now they want information. They want to find out more, right? Because that realization setting in. That's how the ancestors bring it. That's what I'm hearing them say. It's real smooth and easy. See, God is different than ancestors. It's different. It's a different power. Believe it or not, ancestors are much more connected to what we are than God, what God would be, right? Ancestors, they got a different way of doing things, right? And they cause this realization in people a lot, especially people who like to play with black magic, because that's what roused your ancestors. That's magic against a bloodline. There's no way you're gonna do black magic on somebody and you don't wake up their ancestors. It's because you're attacking a bloodline. If that person wake up and realize it, a lot of time it's over. That's why people who do black magic and all of that stuff, they gotta do it. It's best done when you don't know what's happening to you. When you just unaware, it's like, why am I getting sick? And that's when they prosper at it. But the minute that God show you that this is what's happening, your mind changes, your awareness changes. And once your awareness, imagine realizing, oh, I'm affected by black magic. It's real. That's the beginning of waking up your defense right there. Because as long as you sleep to what's happening to you, everything about you sleep.
I remember I was like, people don't do that kind of stuff. Shoot. You crazy if you think they don't, sis.
It be beating you. Okay. When you think like that, oh, that ain't even real.
I was getting whooped in the spirit realm. You know? Thinking that people don't do these kind of things because I didn't do them. But boy, oh boy.
Somebody could be realizing that you belong to God. Boy, oh boy.
Boy, oh boy.
Boy, oh boy.
God in there.
That's the worst kind of, because it's one thing to mess with somebody that got strong ancestors. But when you mess with somebody that belong to God, that's different because you know it's done for you. Like, you cannot undo that. Like, if a person is put here and they have a purpose that the Most High cut out for them, and you go against it, boy, oh boy. Not only did you assault ancestors, you went against the Most High. It's done. You can't undo that. I don't know what it looked like, but I know it's something that you can't undo. And that's one of them, right? Ignoring, right? Ignoring belief. Right? So it's many different ways to spin this. One that I'm picking up on is that maybe people did things and they simply was ignorant. Ignored the signs and warnings. Ignored even the strength of your faith and your belief. Because people do that, you know, like, thank you, God. I hear a conversation now. Like a person going to a practitioner and they like, well, can you do this work on so and so? And the practitioner asks them, well, what do they believe in? Do they have a faith? And the person lying to them, they don't believe in nothing the whole time. Now I'm saying a practitioner, like, why didn't you tell me that they have a faith? You can't attack people that have a faith. Real talk. It's hard. People can do anything they want. But if you got, like the Bible say, a faith of the mustard seed and a higher power, somebody get ready to go down bad when they attack. That stuff only good on people that don't have no belief.
The curse only work if you deserve it.
When somebody believe in God and you attacking them, if they willing to wake up at the level you attack, it's gonna get ugly for you. Because some things do prosper against children of God because it can't kill you, but it can keep you running in a circle, cause you to kill yourself, right? But once you wake up to all of that and you get the energy up off you and you send it back, you know?
Too busy winning, reflecting on life. This is what's happening right here. So remember that, you know, Remember that, well, it takes a lot of work to be remain focused, disciplined. All these things take a lot of effort, a lot of work. So, remember everybody's not focused on doing those kind of things. Some people do like mischief and they like to be in confusion. They like drama. You have some people that will place themselves in things just so they can be in something. You know, I was watching something. It was this woman, and she kept placing herself in men's territory with stuff that she shouldn't have been in. And next thing you know, I seen that they smoked her car up, and she like, why y'all smoke my car up? And they like, you in stuff you shouldn't be in, ma'am. Right. So remain too busy winning, because a lot of these things that are going on in the background, it doesn't require your help to get rid of it. It doesn't require your help to get to the next level. Things are working behind the scenes. Some things we can't deal with in the physical. Some things have to be moved around spiritually. Okay? Too busy winning and reflecting on life. Okay? Reflecting on where you came from. You could be, in an energy right now of really just being thankful, showing gratitude. Like, honestly, like, Lord, I'm so grateful. I look at some people and, maybe they have to be on side, I look at some people and maybe they don't have real love, genuine love, because maybe somebody's not realizing that if you have a person that genuinely loves you, you win it, right? Maybe it could be a whatever kind of situation is going on. I feel like gratitude. Okay, you could have some trophies or something. Maybe you need to dust your trophies off. Maybe you're not even giving yourself credit for what you've already accomplished. Okay, maybe you're looking for more when you have enough. Because we got clout hungry here. Sometimes we just want more and more and more. Okay. Says anything, does anything, makes shit up and dramatic. Okay?
Mm.
I feel like, you don't have to sell a storyline, collective. That's what I just heard. You don't have to sell a storyline. Being authentically you is enough. Like, what you're supposed to win at, you're going to win at. Every spot is not for you, every position is not for you. That's why, a doctor has certain requirements to be a doctor, just like a lawyer has different requirements to be a lawyer. Okay. Stay away from people who just say anything, do anything. People that just want to be in a thing, a group, a situation, a car, a home. Stay away from that kind of energy that just wants to be somebody, somewhere, somehow. Stay away from that.
Mm. So says crying over you, sad, hurt, upset, etc. And it says healing. You could be 33 years old, you could be 29. I feel like this crying over you in the healing, I feel like this could be like the energy of some people that that went wrong with you. They really feel bad about it.
Mhm.
Like everybody don't sit around with malice in their heart and just want you to. Some people really feel bad about what they've done, and even then, they need time to heal.
Yes.
Like that's why sometimes it's good not to be a person that just go be trying to return to things in your past, right? Give people time to heal. Like you should be moving forward, worrying about the relationships that's coming in, and trust that God will fix the things that need to be fixed. But some people, they go through their sadness, they hurt, they regret about certain things, and if it's you, maybe that's you. If you crying over somebody, you can be healing. But I really feel like this is somebody that feel like, they when it's all said and done, they know that they was wrong. They know that they made a mistake, quite possibly going against you. Sometimes it takes time for people to come to this conclusion. People stay on the fence for a long time, sometimes, wondering if they made the right decision to go against you in a certain way. And then you have those that get to the place where they realize, man, that person don't really deserve that. You know, if you smile, you laugh. And if you laugh, I feel like you had to. Right? Then it says divination abuser, miracle. Right? Two separate energies. This divination abuser is definitely somebody that probably does a lot of watching tarot to look into your life. Like, just, people try to study your next move through YouTube readers. Like, that's what people do. They go on YouTube and look up your zodiac sign, especially obsessive people. I call them intuitive Jezebels. That's what I call them, intuitive Jezebels. They go on, and some of them, they be pretty good at it too. Some of them, you gotta give them credit. Like, they go divination abuse, and you'll be wondering how they got the upper hand on you, divination abuse. They be finding good YouTube readers. They're not a divination abuser. It's not somebody who's looking at it to kind of better themselves. This is a person that's looking at it to try to get in other people's lives and looking at other. That's divination abuse. Person is doing too much of it, and that happens to us, a lot of us, especially when people see you gifted in a certain way and they feel like they can do what you do. They don't want to put the work in. They rather just go on YouTube and string together whatever they read, and then, like I said, sometimes they're successful at getting ahead of you. So you gotta just be aware of it. Like, everybody has certain things that they can do. You gotta realize, no matter how gifted you are, realize other people, they have gifts too, and some of them don't choose to use them the right way. They might be using them against you. So you gotta just be prepared for it. All in all, though, I see a miracle out here, and it's common for people to use divination abuse when you present some form of a miracle. Like, for instance, let's say a skilled practitioner attack you with some dark stuff that normally work on people, but on you it don't work. That's when they get the abuse and divination too. They want to look in and see what's in your energy, what's in your star, what you made of, who got you protected, how you able to walk from underneath of this, that. How did you make it out? Miracle energy. Right? Just some common things that happen to us that I'm picking up through my intuition. Like, you gotta be prepared for this stuff.
We love you guys so much. Thank you guys for all of your time, your energy, your comments, your shares, your vibration, your high vibrations. Okay. Thank you guys for showing up. Okay. And that was your message. Accept or reject it, but keep your spirit protected. We love you guys so much. Hey. 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 And today is a good day. Hey. 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 Yeah, today is a good day. Hey. 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 And every day is a good day. We love you guys so much. Thank you guys. God bless you. And we'll catch you next time.